So we may say that this whole thinking you present
Yes.
is the new idea on education, and then we say that this is going to bring peace, and you say that this might be the only way, probably. You feel that it could help people around any corner on this globe to remove their guilty feelings for the current political and economic system they support, because they do support the old.
You're talking about guilt?
Guilty feelings.
Yeah. Well, guilt is one of the most destructive things that happens. Guilt causes more problems than it solves. I was talking to somebody, just a day or two ago about how we need to have guilt to keep our behavior within lines. This is not the way it works. What we need to do is keep our lives in balance. Then we don't have any need for guilt, you see. And if we are relating to one another in a different kind of way, and not making it a system of you are wrong, I'm right, or I'm right and you're wrong, and we set up a dichotomy that is very destructive, And you look at the world. I mean, not only here. You're talking about the two countries beside each other, but other parts of the world. We have at least two other major hotspots in the world. Palestine and Israel, Pakistan and India. I mean, this is everywhere. It's not isolated. This attitude, that this is mine, you can't have it, and if you don't give it to me, I'm going to take it. And this is a very kind of thinking that we have to begin to correct, so to speak. And I believe education and a more balanced view of the world. This is why I feel that we have to really do something about the kinds of nationalistic feelings that exist in the world today, and why I firmly believe in global citizenship. Because if we honestly felt that we were citizens of the world first, then it wouldn't matter so much, But this is not the way we think now. And this is why I believe that education and the kind of thinking that I'm proposing is going to, I'm not going to say it's going to solve everything, nor is it going to solve it overnight. We're talking about a long-term project that is going to deeply affect us in our very psyche. But until we begin having feelings toward one another, this is why I'm saying that the sensory becomes so important. I need to feel differently about you and your nation, in a feeling way. If I do that and I put away my logic, I am much more likely to be a friend rather than an enemy.
Yep, I agree. So we may say that we promote ideas which brings peace.
Correct.
Or we promote peace.
Right.
But Dr. Ríchard, living into now, do you believe that there will be ideological or political or even economic opposition from the present system, talking in terms of political ideologies, nations, religion, and many other facts?
Well, we're certainly not there yet, but I do believe this. I believe there are more and more people in the world who are becoming enlightened, so to speak, who understand and the need. I mean, you take the environment, for example. I mean, it wasn't long ago that, you know, it was only dominion over the earth, so to speak, you know. And more people today, with any conscience at all, understands the precarious nature of the environment and the precariousness of our position in the world today. And there are more and more people that are being awakened to that. Now, I believe that we can use that as a vehicle for how we connect with one another. If, in fact, we can develop this feeling, this caring for the earth, we can do it for each other as well. You know, I mean, why should we stop with, you know, with the trees or the oceans? Why not human relationships as well? You see, I mean, the same principles apply. We're not changing the principle. See,
but living in a time of crisis, financial crisis, Dr. Rítsard, health crisis. You know, we have this terrible flu now. Educational crisis, political crisis. How we can convince people to work for a new education? And then, do you believe that this kind of education can dismiss fear in such a terrible time we live, both on personal but also on international level, without creating soft-minded citizens?
I don't know that we have any choice. We either find a way or we perish. It is as simple as that. You know, we must find a way or we will perish as humankind. You know, and the lions will take over the world. You know, and I say this very sincerely. We have to change the way we think about each other. And the way we think about each other has to be moved from this logical, intellectual part to feeling that you are my brother. I love you. I care about you and your future because I also care about me, you see, and my future. And our future is entwined. Your future and mine is literally the same. Now, if you think for a moment that I can save myself without saving you, we're on the wrong planet. Literally.